This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
Another look at this. Spear connects to perfection, but to be honest, Gunther absorbed it, kicked out at exactly the right moment, keeps the match alive, and really, Jey Uso took too long to follow it up.
Yeah, you got to wonder if Jey got all that spear.
Welcome to Didn't Get All of It. It's the post-WrestleMania show. We're recording this on a Wednesday, which means we're only talking about WrestleMania and the fallout from WrestleMania on Raw. I think I was listening to some wrestling podcasts over the last 24 hours, and I think doing a show right after WrestleMania doesn't give you time to digest what is next. So thankfully, we have seen Raw, we've seen NXT, we can talk about all the things that followed. But first, why don't I introduce the rest of the hosts? First, I'm Paul Griffin. Joining me is the rest of the Fatal Four, like Cody.
Feels really weird podcasting on a Wednesday night.
That's right. What if we went 4 hours? That'd be crazy, right, B-Rob?
Nope.
I mean, theoretically we could, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Speaking of podcasting, Pro Wrestling Noah is here.
It may be Wednesday night, but at least it's not after Dynamite.
That's true.
Currently, as we're recording this.
Also here, you know him from Didn't Get All of It Japan, Will Housell. Why are you here?
I don't know. I think I lost my passport.
How'd you get here?
B-Rob let me in. He just left the door open.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I live in
Cool.
the studio now.
Well, we're glad to have you because we're going to talk about all of your favorite WWE content from the last, week?
72 hours.
Y'all don't talk about Japanese people here?
Hang on. Let me look at the card.
One.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
All right, it works.
We're good.
Validation.
The guy that follows Jacob Fatu around, does he count?
Solo Sikoa?
No, the other one.
Tamatonga?
Yeah, he was in Japan all the time.
Yeah.
So is Logan Paul. He counts.
No.
Also, no, he's not.
No, he's not what?
Logan Paul's not allowed in Japan.
Oh, he was.
Not anymore. Because of the woke.
Dishonorable discharge.
If you're listening, thank you for joining us on Didn't Get All of It. If you really enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you don't enjoy this podcast,
Fuck you.
try again. Just keep trying.
Yeah.
You got to really give it 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Breaking Bad, where people are like, "Oh, I couldn't get into it." It's like, yeah, you got to give it 4 full episodes.
The first episode has a really dry hand job in it.
Is that in
Hey,
Breaking Bad?
you
Yeah,
guys
wasn't
remember
it?
Lacey Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did too.
No, but her finisher should have been called Dishonorable Discharge.
I think that's what our OnlyFans is called.
Speaking of signing up for extracurriculars, you can get more Didn't Get All of It, and Didn't Get All of It Japan, and Squared Circle Strafe, and now that's what I call cinema, at Patreon. The patreon.com/fatal4pod. You get access to all of our shows with no ads, plus bonus shows if you pay $5 a month. Those happen periodically. And you get access to the Discord, where you could be chatting with us all week. And that's what we did during WrestleMania. We were all chatting, having a good time in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So come hang out with us. We also have merch. Do you guys remember the merch? We have a merch store. If you go to fatal4pod.com and click the shop at the top, it'll take you to our merch store. Buy a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And they're way cheaper than WWE shirts, as I spent $50 on one Joe Hendry shirt this
Probably
week.
more comfortable too.
Absolutely more comfortable.
Yes.
The Joe Hendry shirt is $50.
So it's $36 plus
Turtles.
tax, plus $9 shipping.
This is where your Patreon money's going.
Do you know how much it cost Wayfair to ship my rug that I ordered today?
Did Wayfair have just what you need?
They did.
A child.
$0. You can ship a rug for $0, but you can ship a t-shirt for $9. It's a fucking scam.
Yeah, it's harder to make a rug than it is a t-shirt.
What a fucking scam.
Was it
Anyway,
a nice rug?
probably not. It was only $100, but a rug's a rug. Don't tell that to my interior designer mother, who thinks I need to be spending way more money on rugs. And we're like, Mom, the cats puke on them. We'll just throw them out.
Yeah, this is
Not
true.
the cats, the rugs.
Oh, damn.
Speaking of throwing stuff out, let's get into the news and talk about how WWE should throw out Alberto Del Rio from AAA.
Yeah, I think that's on the rumor mill as well that they did do that.
You got Wessel voted, buddy.
I said rumor mill, motherfucker. That mean that ain't real.
No,
You
I'm
can't just say
no,
something is a rumor if you found it on Facebook. It has to be
No,
from
it was Wessel
reliable
voted.
source. Wrestle Boat.
Whatever the fake Wrestle vote account is.
I don't know what that is.
We know that. We know you don't. To be fair, though, I don't want to pick on B-Rob. He keeps the Facebook group alive.
And the other John.
Him and other John are like, I don't know. You know, at the end, that story after World War II, that there was like one Japanese guy still fighting on an island.
Yeah.
It's you and John
B-Rob on Facebook.
on Facebook.
Yeah, we made a group chat for the
To that, I immediately muted it.
Yeah, there's a group chat for the Facebook page. So like every now and then during a PLE or a pay-per-view, fellas is in there chatting.
Is it
up.
really?
Yeah.
I think I didn't join that. I vaguely remember an invite going out and being like, absolutely not. I'm not doing this at all. I don't even have Facebook on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, WWE bought AAA. That was a huge announcement from the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't you see how old all their talents are? They need to be covered.
Yeah.
It's good to have insurance. Did you guys talk about this on Japan? I haven't listened yet.
We did.
It came out this morning.
Yeah, we did. We basically covered how this is a detriment.
No, we didn't say that. You said that.
Yes, I said it.
Yeah, well, explain.
Yeah, please do tell. Give people a teaser as to why they should download your podcast.
Well, personally, I think Monopoly, the board game, is good. Monopoly in real world, actually bad.
And actually,
but they don't have a Monopoly.
And actually, Monopoly is bad too because it was stolen from a lady who made that game.
Oh, am I canceled now?
No. This is before women had rights. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lacey Evans, women's rights.
It's the 90s.
Circles all back.
No, it was way before that. Anyway, continue.
I mean, for those who don't know, for the real lucha heads out there, AAA sucks shit. They're the name product, but if you compare them to like a CMLL or to that real shit Zona 23, they fucking suck. Mm-hmm. And they should tell you all you need to know when Alberto El Patron, who has no queso, is their world champion. And they feature acts like JBL as their evil invading force or whatever bullshit, and Corey Graves' shitty brother. And they harbor good talent like Vikingo.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched AAA in...
Ever?
No. So there was a period of time in my life where not only did I love pro wrestling, I also didn't have a car. So my weekends were spent like watching TV, and AAA would come on for like 4 hours on Saturdays and Sundays.
On Telemundo?
I think it was on Telemundo. So I would watch that because I just needed a wrestling fix. That was fun, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I don't know. I guess that's cool that they bought it.
They're also, so it also, like, I mean, a lot of people were expecting them to get a lot of the archival footage, but from my understanding, I think Kaz mentioned it too, that AAA doesn't own a lot of their own footage.
How does that happen?
I think it's like licensing stuff.
Yeah.
Like New Japan doesn't own a lot of their own archival footage either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the obvious thing here is this is just a step into Mexico and rebrand it as NXT AAA or something.
What do we call it? NEXT?
Yeah. It's Mexicans. The
Mexicans, yes.
Yeah. The Mexicans.
Cool. I think that's fine. I mean, you just said it yourself. They suck. So WWE can come in and make it good if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, it was like an outlaw promotion anyway, or whatever. And I think CMLL has probably been around the longest of the two, right?
Is it? I think I should know this.
Because I thought CMLL was the longest running.
I think
this is good because for the longest time, El Grande Americano has been having to use AI to recreate his history. But now that they have the archival footage.
Yeah, CMLL has been around for 92 years.
Okay, Grandpa.
CMLL is as old as my father.
Oh, happy birthday, Mr. B. Rob.
That's September, but thank you.
Oh, 9/11.
Shout outs to my mom. Her birthday is Monday. She'd be big 83.
Wow, what the age gap between your dad and your mom. Jeez.
Yeah, 10 years.
Really rocking the cradle. Both of them almost old enough to run for president.
Yeah.
But
almost young enough to be the Pope.
One disqualifying feature, unfortunately.
Yeah, one's a woman.
Yeah. So 2 for her. Anyway. AAA, how about that? They got Vikingo on WrestleMania because of it.
That was
I almost had an aneurysm seeing that shit. Like, what the fuck?
We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say it's unreal, right, Cody?
Yeah. Very unreal.
Cody's our
setting
news
up
guy.
For something?
Yeah, you're the news guy.
Tournament.
Tell us about it.
Oh, right. The new show. Yeah. They dropped a trailer for WWE Unreal, which is a new Netflix series coming to Netflix this summer. It is a unprecedented look behind the scenes at WWE.
Yeah. You're in the writing room.
They lift the curtain, and
I love that shot of the writing room, and it's just all white dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds about white. This actually, I'm very looking forward to this. I think I like this kind of stuff. I like the backstage stuff. What was surprising was that they actually showed the trailer like on Raw. Because I don't know. I mean, I know kayfabe
it's a Netflix product, so I'm assuming they kind of have to.
Sure, but I know kayfabe is dead, but it is just kind of silly to be presenting the show as all this stuff is real, and then in the middle of it be like, "Come watch the show where you go into the writer's room."
See, now I think it's also ludicrous because I tortured myself and I watched the Pat McAfee show on Monday. And at some point they brought up this documentary, and they brought up the idea that this will get them their Emmy nomination because now the Academy will see what they really work with behind the scenes, like the same one that F1 got their recognition off the Netflix show. I'm like, that's smoking crack. No, you're not getting an Emmy. Sorry.
I mean, what that's going to do?
I like this stuff, but it ain't that good.
Yeah, I mean, what's that going to do for them if they get an Emmy?
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing they could win an Emmy for, right?
Costume design.
The costumes aren't that good. Also, they
don't know.
They make the wrestlers do that.
I don't know.
Seth
Making
Rollins
up shit.
win the Emmy.
Yeah, I don't know. They're so convinced that this Bloodline stuff is Emmy worthy. I'm like, watch other TV shows.
You can't win an Emmy because it's cinema.
Oh, true.
Yeah, did you see the WrestleMania that we could have had?
Oh yeah, that leaked whiteboard.
Yeah, it was like Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. Yeah,
it was like Gunther, Punk, and Rollins 3-way.
Yeah,
and, I think Wyatt 6 versus the Judgment Day. Thank God
Dominic and Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I know we're going to complain about night one, I'm sure, but thank God. This is what we got. But also, I think that Unreal stuff is going to be very unreal in the terms of
this is what really happens.
No, I think it's going to be a fake reality show.
Oh, they're still going to push Triple H revisionism over it.
I think the whole thing is just going to be that wasn't ever going to happen. We filmed this for the show.
Mm.
But I think it will be interesting if there's anything in there that's this is how the sauce is made. What's the term?
We don't.
How the sausage is made.
We don't slave labor our staff.
Sauce is made.
Hey, sauce is not easy to make either.
That's true.
Nah.
That's always my least favorite part of cooking. I always fuck it up.
I just burned some garlic.
You fuck your sauce?
make sauce. So yeah, I don't know. I think part of it'll be interesting. I wonder if it'll be closer to like the SNL documentaries that came out and less like, I don't know, some shitty reality show.
Don't care
anyway,
whole much.
Yeah, it seems more like a documentary than a reality show.
Yeah, I also like behind the scenes stuff. I even watched one of the Stephanie's Places thing. I don't recommend it. It's very. Somebody might scroll past this on A&E and be like, "Oh, I watched wrestling before. Hey, that's neat," and move on. It's very lightweight shit, but
yeah,
it had some neat behind the scenes stuff.
I actually don't hate those A&E ones, honestly.
They're not bad. Like, it's good noise.
Right.
Yeah. Then you got the Netflix machine behind it. Like you log into the app or whatever, and it'll be like, boom, front and center. I wonder what this is.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how Netflix works anymore because I only watch one thing on it.
Yeah.
Squid Games?
No, I hate Squid Game.
Wow, you hate the Koreans?
Specifically the ones that murder each other all the time.
Oh, God damn it.
Wait, you guys are pro that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. Anything else happened in the news today, specifically?
What?
Yeah.
Mongo died.
That's right. Mongo McMichael is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve
Very
McMichael,
unfortunate.
former football player and Four Horsemen.
Yes.
Yeah, he passed away.
Would you rank him above Chris Benoit as a horseman?
Yes.
Chris Benoit was the worst horseman.
So you would rank Mongo above him, correct?
Yeah, Chris Benoit was one of the worst people.
But you still haven't ranked him above Chris Benoit?
Oh, I said Chris Benoit was one of the worst people.
Yeah, but you didn't rank Mongo above him. You're just saying he's bad.
He's the worst. That means everybody's above him. Don't you know what worst means?
Obviously,
I don't mean worst like the food. I mean, worst
obviously, we are all above him. We're all above him because he's underground.
Are
we sure?
Yeah, I think they cremated him.
Well,
I was going to do a deep dive into religion, but that's fine. We could do that too.
Are you talking about the Pope?
The Pope.
So
Angelo De Niro?
Celebrity? No, you can't do this whole bit. We did talk about TNA. You're right.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, okay. We did this whole bit on the other show. Anyways, celebrity deaths come in threes. So we had the Pope. We got Mongo. Who's next?
Goldberg.
Why do you wish death on Goldberg? What's wrong with you?
Oh, he said who's next. It triggered me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I know there's one person it should be.
Brett?
What?
No.
I thought you were a Goldberg fan.
No. Oh, I am, but I'm not going to wish death on Brett.
Yeah. He's married to a nice black lady.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I thought you had somebody that you was going to tee up, but you just kind of like...
No. I mean, it's implied who we all want dead, but
is it?
Shouldn't say.
I wouldn't say it.
Right.
Which one?
I think we should take a quick break before we get into WrestleMania talk. And welcome back to Didn't Get All of It. We are still here because it is the podcast that you listen to. It's not live. You can resume it whenever you want. And we are resuming the show right now to talk about WrestleMania Night 1 and the fallout, of course.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there would be ever a time to go back to one nights?
After this show, they better fucking...
No.
They won't, but they should.
Yeah, especially if they're talking about expanding into like SummerSlam and WrestleMania.
They are doing SummerSlam.
I mean, not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Royal Rumble.
Next year's the Saudi Rumble. 30
anyway,
women in
the Saudi
pajamas.
Rumble. That's going to be something.
Yeah. So, we started off hot tonight. Jey Uso versus Gunther.
I think about Jelly Roll.
Yeah, come on now.
Did Jelly Roll sing? I missed the very beginning.
Yeah, he did the... What the fuck's not national anthem song?
America the Beautiful.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, they saved the national anthem for the good artist. We'll get to later.
And then they had the DJ from Fatal Fury come out, and I lost my mind because I was like, "What the fuck's happening?"
I saw that. That was weird as hell. Straight up opening with Nitro Girls. Come on.
Yeah, everything about the Fatal Fury branding on this.
The marketing for this game is weird.
Yeah, it's real fucked up.
Yeah, I don't like how they infuse into video games with this.
No, I like that, but it's the part where SNK makes Fatal Fury, and SNK is owned by the Saudis, so I feel that is the explanation for why it's appearing in WWE stuff.
I didn't even put that 2 and 2 together. Holy shit! Wow, you're right.
Do you ever feel like the resistance part of you is just not worth it?
The libtard part?
Yeah. Like,
yes.
I've seen the argument about like the Saudis WWE stuff, and I'm like, I don't have the energy in me to fight this anymore.
I've become the accept, don't question product, just consume.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
if you're gonna complain about it, don't fucking watch it.
It's here to stay.
On one hand, because that's all they let you have there, is the people who live there, who didn't choose to be born there, should get to enjoy pro wrestling if they're into that thing.
Right, they're not liable.
And video games and other sports and all that.
They should get to enjoy the DJ from Fatal Fury.
Yeah. I got constantly asked in our freaking Discord chat during the show, which you too can be a part of. You go to patreon.com/Fatal4Pod and join. What the fuck is Fatal Fury?
It's a stable in NXT, but they're about to break up because they're all mad at Fallon Henley.
No, not that one. It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
It's a good fighting game.
It's an old fighting game.
Yeah, adjacent to the King of Fighters.
Yes.
They had Tanahashi dress up as was it Terry Bogard?
I think so.
Terry.
Good shit.
Isn't that Hulk Hogan?
Anyways,
I have a controversial thing to say. Apparently,
you never.
I did not think that the WrestleMania Night one was that bad.
I didn't. Think it wasn't
great.
Bad either.
It wasn't.
I thought
great.
it was fine actually.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was fine. It didn't feel like a WrestleMania. Like if this was No Mercy, I would say pretty good No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it was WrestleMania made it feel a little bit underwhelming, but there was nothing bad on the show. I genuinely liked Jey Uso and Gunther. I thought
it was good.
It delivered. I thought obviously the entrance was hype. That was cool. And I liked the story they told. I liked Jey Uso having to steal all of Gunther's offense in order to win.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a pretty unique match layout.
Yeah, and it was just like he tilted even till Monday Night Raw. It just feels like he hasn't realized that he won yet. It's just like
in the press conference, he was too drunk to know it.
Well, yeah, he's probably coming down off all that.
I wish they'd let him get drunk on TV. That would.
I don't want that.
Let him
the best
drive
wrestlers come to the
car.
ring from the crowd drunk.
Yeah,
he could be the new Sandman.
Then he'd be good.
Yeah,
replaceable.
Stone Cold doing his Nick Hogan impression.
So yeah, we all knew Jey Uso was winning. So he did. And then on Raw, he was out there celebrating. And Sami Zayn returned to
congratulate.
Also celebrate. But boy, did they bait and switch us for a second there.
Man.
Cody, I think, sent a thing saying they better not fucking turn Sammy. And as soon as I get that text, Sammy hops off the turnbuckle and stands behind him.
There. I was like,
the crowd starts booing. The crowd's like, he's gonna fucking do it. And then he didn't.
Thank God he didn't. I just don't need that right now.
I was like, I'm tired of all this shit.
There's too many heel turns recently. There's too many betrayals.
Heels.
There's too many heels. There's too many guys that are great baby faces being mediocre heels right now. We do not need a Sami Zayn
Chad
turn.
Gable.
Chad is like
Chad Gable, though, not a mediocre heel, but he's just a great baby face too.
Yeah, he's double heel right now.
He's just one guy.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
His energy transcends him.
Also on Raw, it was weird. They just did the Jey Uso celebration, which led to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy showed up and they celebrated, and that was kind of it. I was surprised because I thought they were going to set something up. I couldn't figure out what it would be.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed they're just going to go back to Gunther, which I would hate.
Yeah, because it's a big payback.
Maybe it'll be Rusev or something.
I think we're getting Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing that happened on Raw was Gunther showed up and got in the face of Michael Cole for Michael Cole's commentary over the last months. And he gets Michael Cole in a chokehold, and then Pat McAfee jumps out. Superman punches Gunther.
That shit was good.
And gets wrecked. I loved this whole segment.
Yeah.
I normally don't like when the commentators get involved, but we know Pat McAfee can.
Right. It's different than when it's like Jerry Lawler's decrepit ass saying next week, you won't be here.
Yeah. Or like the threat of Jerry Lawler possibly wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe that's your 3.
The one time Michael Cole wrestled.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but I didn't mind this. And also, like, I know a lot of people don't like Pat McAfee, and I think you're all wrong. But I think that him and Michael Cole have a tremendous rapport.
Yes.
And I thought this came off so well.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the backstage segment once they got back there, and Michael Cole's like, Adam Pearce, you got to do something about this piece of shit. And he's like, yeah, take the rest of the night off. He's like, absolutely not. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm going to go back out there. That might have been one of the loudest pops of the weekend was Michael Cole returning to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt authentic. Like these two motherfuckers was like fighting for real. Like this was some legit beef is what it felt like to me.
It was great. I do wonder if this is setting up the Goldberg match and not Pat McAfee.
What?
They're both football guys.
Fuck you.
Oh no.
Don't
Why
get
you
mad.
trying to take my
Get
3
Goldberg.
away from me?
We already decided who's number 3.
And then that also led to Cody's personal 9/11, and they brought Joe Tess out.
Disheveled, no coat.
As soon as I heard his voice, I'm like,
sucks.
oh, fuck. Please figure something out. I thought he was going to call the show solo for the rest of the night.
That would
That would have been awesome.
Remember when Byron Saxon did that one time?
Vaguely.
Oh, when
And how
Brock
bad
killed
that
everyone?
was? This would have been infinitely worse.
Have they confirmed if Pat McAfee will be there next week or if this was a write-off?
Well, no, he showed up on his show the next day, not selling anything, so I'm assuming he's fine.
Okay. Okay, good. Because otherwise, this would be a good opportunity to, like, try somebody new in the desk if they wanted to. I don't know what Kevin Owens is going to do while he's hurt, but I think commentary might be a good option.
I don't want that.
Why not?
Because it's the thing of like he's there every week and it's like
They're gonna Taz him.
Yeah, but it didn't hurt Samoa Joe.
But fuck
He
Joe.
put on a poncho.
Yeah.
He put on the poncho. He used to say, "Somebody give us a kiss," after Drew McIntyre did that stupid headbutt. Loved it.
What?
You could also put
Yeah.
Kathy Kelly in there. Give her a shot. Jackie Redmond, let her try.
Yeah. Someone give us a kiss.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. If it's a write-off, I assume he's going to disappear for football season anyway. So maybe just sit on that idea. Please leave Joe Tess on SmackDown and don't
You
read
guys
his
not like Joe
contract.
Tess? Am I the only one who likes Joe Tess?
He grew out of it.
So bad.
Yeah.
He's just
So bad.
tired.
Mhm.
I think
Boring.
there's sometimes he shows really good moments of greatness, and I think he has a great voice for video packages.
Yeah. Video packages, interviews, voiceovers. Let him do all that.
I hate when he does commentary and he just starts talking like this real quietly about DIY and their future in the business. And we will talk about this on SmackDown later this week.
Yeah.
Fucking TLC match on SmackDown. God damn it. There was room on these shows for it.
Yeah.
Triple H said he didn't want no scrubs.
Yeah, let's not get too far off the rails. We got the New Day versus the War Raiders for the tag team championship.
Sponsored by Clash
Speaking
of
of the wrong
Clans.
tag team title match.
This was only on the show because of the Clash of Clans deal.
Yeah.
100% convinced
Clash
of
of
this.
Clans.
This is Clash of Clans. This was just a advertisement. That's it. This match was a nothing burger and did not need to be on the show. And the New Day won. Whoopi.
Still extending their legendary tag team.
They
runs.
cheated though, so we'll probably see
they
it
still
again.
won though.
We got to see it again in Viking Rules one more
Actually,
time.
you know,
Yeah. Which the Viking Raiders are undefeated.
Bring out the boat props.
But they're the War
Please.
Raiders now. They're not Vikings anymore.
But you can still be Vikings and have war. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Looking at this card, actually, I'm pretty confident I can say that this was the worst match of the weekend.
But it wasn't even bad. It was just I only
boring.
want to say it was a Raw match because it was less than a Raw match. If this match was on Raw, it would have gotten like 25 minutes and would have fucking killed.
Yeah.
Anyway, the follow-up to this was interesting because on Monday, the New Day came out there to brag and was interrupted by Maxine and Otis and Tozawa. And Maxine, who we haven't heard speak in an eternity, cut a really great promo on them.
She talked more than I've ever heard her talk, ever.
Yeah, consecutively.
Talk about maximizing your screen time. Because
See what you did there.
She was... Oh, I didn't do that on purpose. She was great. And they're about to start this match, and some music plays, and out comes a very cut Rusev. Cut for him. He's always got a weird body.
He finally came over that shoulder injury.
Yeah. It's like he spent his entire time in AEW not eating catering.
He's been released from the void.
So he came out and he beat up Otis and Tozawa.
Why? Like, why did he return in a tag team segment?
Well, I mean, that's just he needs some goobers for him to beat up. I'm sure he'll
why
face him in a handicap.
did he return at all? Like, what are we doing?
Well,
It's 2025.
good.
He's not good. He's literally terrible.
No.
He started bad.
Name one good Rusev match. Name one.
I came around on Rusev, and then
Rusev
he went
versus
to
John
AEW.
Cena at the freaking WrestleMania.
Mania, that match sucked.
No,
That
it
match was
didn't.
bad.
AJ
That was
Styles
part of the
Extreme
time where
Rules.
Cena should have been losing too.
Oh yeah, that is.
We'll get to Cena later. But yeah, Rusev is back. It's Rusev
Hooray.
Day again? I don't know. The crowd chanted Rusev Day. I guess that's what you get when you put him out there with New Day.
And he gets bad music and bad T-shirts.
Maybe they could put him in the New Day and call him Big R.
Well, I mean, with his abs.
No, they should call him Hard R.
Damn it, you beat me to it. I was like, with his abs, they should call him Hard R.
What a good idea. I've had some good ideas on this show that have come to fruition, so maybe it'll happen. In an unrelated match to everything we were just talking about, Jade Cargill took on Naomi.
And this would break the streak of Fatu's winning over the weekend.
Oh no, Cody's going to be so upset. He hates when the streak has ended at WrestleMania.
No, but Jade Cargill's continues. Jade Cargill is now undefeated at WrestleMania.
There you go. She's the new Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
I like this match.
This is way better than anyone expected, I think.
Way better.
The finish was a little clunky. Like the powerbomb itself was sick as hell.
Yeah.
But then just like a weird, awkward transition to her finisher. Like she had her in a pinfall, but the ref didn't count for some reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that was just the faux pas of she has to do her pose to pin. It's just like, all right, do the power bomb, and I'll, legit, like how you said, could have stacked her up and won right there, but no, pick her up, do the thing, do the pose, the little lick the fingers 3 count joint. It's in the video game. Everybody has to see it.
But I enjoyed this, especially the spot where she caught Naomi like in midair in the suplex position.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
I mean,
don't
that's
think
a
I've
lot
ever
of
seen.
a lot of
The
cake to put up.
commentators hadn't seen it, but I've never seen anyone reverse a blockbuster like that.
I think Cesaro's done it once.
Cesaro, Jeff Cobb. I've seen a couple people do it.
Okay, well,
But you might see Jeff Cobb do it again here pretty soon.
Also, Naomi had no music.
Yeah, how do we feel about her punk? Is it punk?
I
rock?
liked
It's
it.
just hard rock. It's just rock.
Yeah.
Fine.
I liked it.
Generic.
I think it's cool.
I liked her
It's
new
different.
look.
I was listening to it on the surround sound.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, the caution tape. I just like her whole promo appeal after this turn has been great.
She does seem revitalized as a person in the business who has been tired of doing the glow that for the last year and a half, 2 years almost, whenever she returned the Rumble last year, has just been horrible. And I think she knew that. I don't think she had it in her. I don't think she cared. And I think this, she does care.
Woke her up.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We love woke Naomi, is what G-Rob says. She's woke.
Yeah.
Anyway, a match that people might have slept through, Jacob Fatu against LA Knight.
I like this shit too.
Feels pretty good.
And this would bring the Fatu count to 2-1.
I think LA Knight knew that he was losing, so he's like, let me show out a little bit. Let me do some cool shit for once. Let me do that catching BFT.
Yeah,
that was
the
moonsault
reversal was probably the highlight of this match.
Yeah,
but good. I don't know how you time it. That was good. I'm with Cody though. Like this show, everything we're seeing here was good, but all of it felt
not Mania.
It was just less than Mania.
So is this were like the greatest WrestleMania in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia?
This was the extended pre-show for the main event the next night.
I mean, that's the thing is like across the board, like across the 2 nights, there's a very solid WrestleMania there. If you just condense it down to one night and like
shed one
take
main
off
event.
The stuff that didn't need to be on the show. Like, yeah, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight was pretty good, but did it need to be on the show?
Or you could just trim the times.
Yeah, you could even restructuring between the 2 nights would have made it a little bit better.
I think if you shuffled these cards, you could have had 2 good nights instead of one and one great,
or even one and one.
Could have had a TLC match on here.
Yeah, you could have fit a TLC in here.
Yeah, very much so. But yeah, now we have Jacob Fatu as your United States champion. Next, we had Grande Americano against Rey Fenix, making his WrestleMania debut.
Grande Americano coming out with the Netflix yellow filter and the mariachi band.
That I didn't know how to feel about that.
I fucking loved it. This character's hilarious.
I mean, I
know it's a problem.
It's problematic, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I know this is wrong, but it's still funny as fuck.
But it's not. It's problematic in the sense that like it's
satire.
It's satire. Yeah, like it's supposed to be problematic because
I actually find that
heel.
It's less problematic than when Brock Lesnar did the mariachi entrance.
Oh yeah, or
that was like
jamming with the beatbox.
I feel like they're similar, but to me, it's like
Mexican filter is a real cut. Like I feel like normal people don't realize Mexican filter.
Yeah. But what did we think about Rey Fenix's debut here at WrestleMania?
Also fine.
Yeah,
I mean, as good as it could be for 24 hours.
Yeah, the circumstances. Yeah,
like he did not have a cool entrance. He actually had a less cool entrance because
he didn't have cool gear.
They were not prepared for him to be there.
Yeah, I don't like the opening for his damn music.
His music
like,
sucks. There's so much shit music.
They got the animal. I don't like that shit.
I don't like it either.
Yep. But now we got something that we can sink our teeth into. Something that we need to talk about.
Hang on now. Grande beat Phoenix.
We got to talk about that was the leg drop.
Oh yeah, the freaking reverse 450 bullshit.
That's
the
backyarder bullshit.
Went further.
He did like a, I don't know what the fuck to call that.
Definitely seen Jack Evans do that at some point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Chad Gable could do it.
A shooting star 630.
I don't know. It was cool as hell. I thought that because Rey Mysterio was out of this match that they would have changed the finish, but I think this is probably exactly what they were going to do with Rey. Grande won with the metal thing in his helmet.
Did you see that report that Rey was going to jump out of the stage for his entrance?
Oh man!
Well, he's going to blow his groin out regardless. I mean, that would have been great. I loved Rey's popping out of the stage entrance.
Who's that jumping out the sky? Yeah,
it was great.
Good stuff.
The I was disappointed that Rey Fenix lost, but at the end of the day, they're all going to lose at some point.
Yeah.
So
get it over with now.
It's fine. Penta's been
His
losing.
streak's broken.
Another streak.
Sorry, Cody.
Also, Vikingo got involved in this.
Yeah.
He
little
kicked,
taste. Just a little taste.
Ronda in the head at the beginning of the match for shoving him, and then later he helped Rey Fenix up. So,
Paul, was it you that said that the AAA president looks like an SNL character?
I think it was B-Rob, but she does look like someone who put on a Trump wig.
Yeah.
She looks like one of those. What I don't know if it's China. There's that one of the countries that does like the animated like American news stories that every once in a while go viral.
Yeah, China.
Is it China?
Yeah.
Where it's like you watch these like PS2 animations of like JD Vance killing the Pope, and it's hilarious or something. She looks like what Donald Trump would look like in one of those. With like the Joe Biden like they typed in American president and that's what came out because it mixed Joe Biden sunglasses and Trump hair and suit.
Yeah.
She's A1.
But once again, here we are. Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, Women's Championship.
Hey, speaking of a match where we can talk about women's looks. We won't. We won't be.
Tiffany Stratton's entrance looked amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
The dollhouse. Love that shit.
My favorite TNA stable.
Is it though?
No.
I know it wasn't.
So I received a text message from an industry insider telling me this match was bad. And I watched it. I didn't feel the same way. I thought this was quite good.
I thought Tiffany earned her stripes.
I thought she did. I thought the right outcome happened.
A weaker Charlotte performance, but I think it was still fine.
I think
I agree with
Tiffany really dragged Charlotte through this match.
Very lethargic.
Yeah.
That's probably Charlotte mad that she has to lose, but also this is the hardest she's had to work since her return.
Hell yeah. I agree with that. I mean, not too much to say about it. Tiffany retained. People thought she got her teeth busted or whatever, but it was just blood on her gums.
It sure looked like she got her teeth busted.
Yeah, I know, right? But like Charlotte made her earn it. She made her earn that win. I mean, performance aside or whatever, she like beat the shit out.
You know what my favorite spot of this match was? Charlotte was
yelling?
Charlotte was setting up to do her moonsault to the outside, and Tiffany stopped her, and they never did the spot.
Good.
She just never did it. I thought that was going to be a setup for, maybe people will see it later. No, not the case. Never happened. But yeah,
she
Charlotte
lost.
Give
us an opening.
Yeah, then
did
Charlotte
we predict that? I don't think we predicted that.
No, we thought Charlotte was going to
win.
I always think Charlotte's going to win. I still think she might win this match.
Yeah.
I know it's over.
But speaking of things that we all called and seen from a mile away, we got the Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but can we talk about this fire burns first?
Great video.
Yeah, I mean, that's all encompassing the thing that we're about to talk about.
Just that good shit.
Yeah.
Got me so hyped.
I was like, I heard it and I was like, what? This is the Punk that I used to like.
So my biggest gripe, obviously, other than the finish we all saw.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with this was the incident ended. They were calling it, well, not even just the marks on the ball lickers on Twitter, but the people in the studio on commentary calling it an instant classic.
Oh yeah.
5-star, whatever.
I don't know about
almost that. They're calling it that almost immediately when it wasn't even the best triple threat that day.
No, that weekend. Yeah.
Well, yes, that weekend, but we didn't have the women's yet. But that day when Trick, Oba, and Javon had a banger earlier in that night.
Yeah.
I think Punk, Rollins, and Reigns was better than that.
Yeah.
But
we know why, though.
To promote it as instant classic or this 5-star classic immediately, as we can't even just let it settle for a second.
My favorite thing about that was the way Joe Test set it up. He says, "This isn't recency bias.
That part.
This was an amazing instant classic, best WrestleMania of all time, right, crowd?"
Don't like that.
It was so dumb.
Yeah.
But this match was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see Roman Reigns work again. I haven't seen him do that in
Yeah.
years.
His PTO ran
Right?
out.
This PTO ran. Good one. I can relate.
Yeah, I thought this match was quite good. They did eventually get to the obvious turn of Paul Heyman joining Seth Rollins. So obvious because they told us that was going to happen with 2 weeks of build. It was pretty damn clear.
Yeah, and they also like defunct the spot that we also thought that was going to happen. The Shield power bomb, and Roman was like, "Nah, fuck that."
Oh,
I like that too. They should never do it again.
That part pissed me off. When if they want to beat your head over it in with the cinema bullshit, and Paul Heyman is like looking at Seth Rollins, he's like, "Look, my tribal chief, the Shield, look." I'm like, come the fuck on. You called it the Shield chair the other week.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Shield, did y'all catch Seth mentioning Mox when he was yelling at Roman?
I like how they just had it kind of like piecemealed in the promo package too.
It's there. Let's talk about Heyman and his overly dramatic turn.
He twisted their dicks.
Yeah.
He slid the chair to Punk.
Twist.
He waddled into the ring and walked CM Punk over to Roman so he could hit him in the wiener.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave Roman the chair.
And then Roman took too long, so he had to improvise on the dick punch.
Roman did get to hit CM Punk with the chair bit. And then Paul Heyman hit him in the wiener. And then everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then Rollins beats everybody. But Heyman needs Ozempic so bad.
Oh my God.
What?
This poor guy.
He's very out of shape.
This is up there with the worst he's ever looked in his career.
Doesn't he say he does that on purpose, though?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm fat on purpose, too.
Well, no. Like, remember when he did, like, the Roman stuff? Like, he grew out his beard and, like, didn't sleep on purpose and didn't eat?
Yeah, but did he get morbidly obese on purpose?
I mean, probably. All that unpaid ECW contracts. He found out Chris Candido had another credit card he could use.
So I slightly agree with Paul because I get what you're saying, because it does create a problem when like he's immobile, and
I also don't want him to die early. I like Paul Heyman.
Sure, it telegraphed the turn. I mean, we all knew it was happening anyway, but like the fact that he was moving at a snail's pace, like it just, and he like had to get into position. It very much kind of ruined the moments, the individual moments of him turning on Punk and then turning on Roman.
I didn't even look at it that way or whatever, but I mean, I
didn't mind that part. I don't care if it was telegraphed. I don't want him to drop dead. I want more Paul Heyman.
Counterpoint, I for one like
no, it does want him to drop.
Hey guys, I like that he does look like Danny DeVito's Penguin from Batman Returns.
Okay, you can be a
now he's with the Joker, so
yeah.
And Bane.
So who's Poison Ivy?
Becky,
yeah. Ah, shit.
So, yeah, let's talk about what happened on Raw, because the show closed with Seth Rollins coming out there. Paul Heyman still letting him talk, which I think is a problem, because Rollins is not someone I want to hear talk. He does his catchphrase, but slower, so you know he's bad now. And CM Punk shows up to fight Seth Rollins and kind of gets the upper hand for a minute until he doesn't. Then Braun Breaker shows up and joins Rollins and Heyman, and he beats up. I don't know if Braun Breaker showed up before Roman got out there or not.
No,
Roman got out.
Roman got out there first, and then Braun speared him.
Okay, yeah. So Heyman, Seth, and Braun basically beat up Punk and Rollins to close out the show. One thing I didn't like about this was that Roman couldn't be bothered to acknowledge Jay earlier in the night during the everyone's coming out to celebrate Jay Uso segment.
Yeah, because Roman is like with them, but not with them. Yeah.
That's
bullshit that everyone... B-Rob, you've shared this because you're very online, but the whole, like, everyone who is teamed with Roman has turned on him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is gaslighting. Everyone who is teamed with Roman has reclaimed their independence from him, because he was the one who turned on all of them. Even Paul Heyman.
I have a problem that they keep wanting to. People keep referring to this as the new evolution.
No, I don't like that.
No.
Why?
Yeah,
when the Dangerous Alliance, Heyman's Dangerous Alliance, already exists.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. This
Also,
is
like
why
the
does
new
every
evolution.
stable have to be a new something? Can't you
It's
just
like people-
be a
the-
new thing?
The names people are pitching,
New Day.
it's like they're pitching like, oh, it should be Theory. He could be the new Randy Orton. Which
Anyone who pitches that should be thrown into the fucking sun.
no, but if he does join, he should be the new Ric Flair because they're both sex pests.
Yeah. They're already
Austin
saying
Theory's-
stupid shit. Like,
Austin Theory's future in the business should be in the business of selling cars after he's released.
No, he'll definitely be a gym guy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely your personal trainer who wants to help you squat.
Jim Bro. Yeah, but they already throwed out their nominations to join the group. One that you just mentioned that I won't repeat. And then they want to throw Fraxium in there, Becky Lynch, all that stupid shit.
I think Becky should be there.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that, we'll talk more about Becky later, but it always bothered me when she and Seth were like publicly together. Everyone knew it. Even on TV, they had acknowledged their relationship, but they were like babyface and heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that doesn't track. And
But
now
now
they're both
bad.
there. It's not Big Time Bex, which was not a good character. I think that she could work well in this group. I didn't like babyface Becky and babyface Seth together, but I think I would perfectly accept heel versions of both
Does
of
their
them together.
baby have to turn heel too?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Children don't have a say in their lives until they're 18.
Uh-huh. Maybe even 21 in some
Slave
instances.
labor heel turn.
They should get the kid involved.
Mm-hmm.
She could be the next Dominic. Maybe this is the new La Familia.
Yeah.
Who's
And
being
then
Neely?
Then they can get Liberty out there too. Cody's kid.
I mean, with the shape that Paul Heyman's in, he might be in a wheelchair at some point. So they do need a Bam Neely to push him around. I love that Paul Heyman kissed Braun Breaker on the forehead.
Yeah, he does that.
My favorite thing, like, he didn't do this with Brock or Roman, but
He
him
does it with
kissing Ryback
Ryback.
on the cheek
Yeah.
was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I
Ryback
want him
in
to do
his-
that to
His leather vest.
I gotta. There's that one scene where I forget what it is, but like, didn't Heyman kiss Ryback on the cheek and Ryback just giggled?
Yes,
yeah,
Ryback-
he's like, his eyes got big and his jaw dropped. He's like, ah.
Yeah, he started laughing.
I
Yeah.
love that shit. Anyway, night one. Cody's right. This was an okay show, but not worthy of the WrestleMania title.
You should isolate
Great-
that audio clip. Paul saying Cody's right, and just
Hell yeah!
Nah.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
Well, don't worry. The next episode, the next break, or after the next break, Cody's very wrong about some of the stuff that we talked about last week. But yeah, I don't know. I thought main event was good. I thought Tiffany and Charlotte was good. The rest was fine.
Mhm.
But I don't want fine for WrestleMania.
No.
I want it to be better.
Well, let's talk about it after the break for night 2.
Okay, fine. And welcome back. We are finally going to talk about night 2 and all of the stuff that happened on Raw that followed. Lots of stuff from night 2 had follow-ups on Raw, but it's worth mentioning a few things about this night 2. One being, this was the night of the Randy Orton mystery partner or opponent that
Shock the world.
we had a lengthy discussion about last week that I did not think about until the show started and talked myself into it. And I don't like to be, I'm not an I called it guy. I think people who are like, ooh, I called it, I'm so smart, are fucking dumb. I hate you people. But I didn't think this was going to happen even during the show.
I did.
You did? You actually
Yeah.
bought into it?
We talked about it in the group chat live.
I genuinely didn't think it was going to happen. But
Because
I'm happy it did.
this was my setup for it, and you can ask the people in the Discord to verify it. I was like, this match was getting ready to start. Randy hadn't even made it out yet and hadn't did his entrance. And I told everybody, I was like, if Randy Orton comes out for the open challenge and they give him a microphone, it's going to be Joe Hendry.
But like, why? He didn't say his name or anything.
I'm just saying that
Could have been anybody.
Soon as they gave him the microphone, I was like, it's Joe Hendry. And it happened.
I believed,
Paul. I believed.
I think believing is the most important part, and we're going to talk a lot about Joe Hendry when we get
It's
there.
not fucking Santa Claus.
You don't know that.
No, he's real.
You don't know that. He brought my child the gift of joy.
He brought me a lot of joy, too. Speaking of things that brought me joy, one of the weirdest things that I did not expect to see at WrestleMania was Ava
Stone
Max
Cold running over somebody?
No, Ava Max singing the national anthem.
You got ghosted on IG about it.
I did. She posted on her Instagram stories Saturday night, can you guess why I'm in Vegas? And I'm like, WrestleMania?
She didn't answer you.
No, of course not. She has 1 million followers. But like,
so do you?
No, I only have a couple thousand. And by a couple, I mean one. I just thought, I'm like, why else? Like, she doesn't have an album. She's doing nothing outside of like recording her next album. Why else would she be in Vegas? It's WrestleMania. And then I turn on the show and they're like, ladies and gentlemen, singing the national anthem, Paul's favorite pop star. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then I had a friend over watching Mania with me, and Ava Max comes on and he goes, who the hell is this?
You know, that's disrespectful. First of all, they put her name on the screen and they verbalize it too. But to say who the hell is this when this person did Sweet But Psycho, the song you've absolutely heard.
Wait, what song? What song?
You've never heard it?
Sweet But Psycho? I'm opening Spotify right now.
Okay, can't listen to music during the show. You're
no,
gonna get us.
I can hear it off mic.
Whatever it is. She makes bops.
Oh, I typed in Sweet Nut. Hold on, sorry. Sweet But Psycho. Here we go.
Face and neck and chest.
Oh, why she scream at me? Oh, this song. This song. Okay. Yes, I know this song.
Her last album was full of bops. Anyway, as soon as this happened, I knew this show was for me. And part of me was like, if this happened, surely Joe Hendry's in the house.
Why do you wish for like the Sandman?
I do. I wish for the Sandman every single night I watch wrestling.
Yeah, when he lays down and says his prayers. Lord, thank you for another day. And could you please, just this once, bring the Sandman back?
The Sandman had to save
and then I'm
Sabu
off to
from
Neverland. Anyway, the show actually kicked off with some other gorgeous women who don't sing, but they do put on wrestling bops.
Mm-hmm.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca. The triple threat match that we all expected to fucking deliver.
They stood and delivered.
Absolutely did.
Just
they
non-stop. Just back-to-back action. Just
they did another Dragon Rana reversal on the top rope.
Yeah.
But this time she reversed her into the post.
Yeah.
Wild. I feel like you're going to blow out your knees doing that, but, you know.
Yeah, it'd be what it be. For the love of the game.
Love of the game. You saw Io's parents crying.
And
yeah, that was sweet.
Cody also crying.
Yeah, it's very sad to see Bianca Belair
into his sock.
Here.
My favorite was like Cole was like, "Oh, she's 4-1," and then the graphic said she's 4-0.
Oh,
oops.
Yeah, unfortunate that she had to take the pin here, but they told the right story. I mean, Io Sky has been an afterthought throughout this story, and she was an afterthought in the closing moments of the match. And
now she's my thought.
Yes.
And she hit the moonsault over the moonsault out of nowhere and retained her title.
She also did it
Fantastic match.
On top of Rhea and Bianca while Rhea was in a weird pinning predicament.
Yeah. Very experimental pin.
I don't know. I feel like that could have gone very wrong.
Oh, very.
But yeah, this match rocked.
I feel like that could have gone very main event night one.
Very strong kickoff to night two. But enough about Ava Max. Following this on Raw, Io showed up talking about how she's the best because she beat the two other best and was interrupted by Stephanie Vaquer from NXT.
Yes.
And she says that she's La Primera and she wants to wrestle the best. So she wants to fight Io. And they're like, all right, let's do that right now. And one of the best parts of this was Adam Pearce coming out, stopping it before announcing it. And the crowd just being like, get fucked, you bullfuck. Like, they were so mad. And all he came out there to do was say, start the match. It was great. And then the match they had, goodness.
Yes.
We are in for a treat whenever Stephanie Vaquer actually gets called up.
Yes. Yeah. Kind of clunky when it started, but once it got going, it got going.
I don't. Is this a call up though, or is this
it's
a raw tease?
I think it's just a tease, especially like last year when Roxanne was on
They've been teasing Roxanne for years.
Every Roxanne appearance is a fucking tease though, because she's going to challenge for that NXT title like 7 more times. She even showed up in this match.
Yeah,
with Julia.
That was another wild one for me. I was like, what?
Who now has braided hair and a dark tan.
I partially think this is a call up for all 3 of them.
Yeah, it might have been a test to see what the reaction would be like.
Well,
right?
Don't bring a pizza around them then.
Oh boy.
I don't know the joke.
Explain.
The test died in a pizza.
Oh yeah, I know that joke. I posted a podcast before. If this wasn't a call up of Roxanne and Julia, why would you pair them together? Because if you're calling up Roxanne, the obvious thing is call up Cora with her because they're the established team.
But broke them up again.
Yeah.
I don't think Cora's coming up, but I think Julia and Roxanne are. And I assume Vaquer is right around the corner.
I don't think Cora's ever seeing outside of Florida.
I don't think she wants to leave Florida.
Because she has someone new to date every month.
I don't know. Cody's moving to Florida. Right? He's booking a plane ticket as we speak. That's why he's so quiet. He just typed in Boston to Florida, Expedia.com.
I don't think he fits the build of what she likes.
He can get there. I believe in Cody. Speaking of
she did
matches,
her kisses.
Speaking of matches that happened, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest street fight.
You didn't like this?
It was fine.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Big night 1 energy.
I think they did some real fun, creative plunder stuff.
Yeah, and it just it didn't get too crazy where they went into the crowd or nothing like that. It just stayed ringside.
Selfie.
Yeah, the selfie was good.
That's the modern Ellen selfie. Paul, you remember the Ellen selfie?
Of course I remember the Ellen selfie. I was alive.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is so long ago. I don't know.
The Ellen selfie was bigger than Katy Perry in space.
Well, now Drew did the selfie better.
Yeah, this was fine. I liked my idea better of them fighting on the Vegas Strip.
Your idea. We all did that.
Okay, you can have credit too. I liked our idea better.
There you go. I like how you said that.
You should have put on the Doomslayer outfit.
I didn't like that. He looked like Hulk Hogan in Suburban Commando.
Yeah, Drew's outfit, the advertising gear was bad.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the video games with them. Leave that goofy shit with AEW.
At least spend the money. He had a big like GameStop like display of Doom is coming out on the stage.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like it's in the window for like 7 months.
Yeah, it's just crap they have to display.
And then
where
they
could be putting
games
like
Funko Pops on top of it.
Yeah. What they should put there is a fucking air freshener, because if you've ever been to a GameStop, it stinks.
Not recently. They closed mine.
Good. Close them all. Buy digital.
Don't do that.
The B stands for buy digital.
Oh, that reminds me. I still got to buy B-Rob his PSP game.
Yay! I'm still collecting wrestling games, folks.
I was just flipping through a PlayStation magazine that had Legends of Wrestling in the corner of it.
I have that.
right above that Final Fantasy watch I'm going to buy.
He went. By the way, if you're wondering, it was All Stars on the PSP for $12. He's having me buy him.
Yes.
You can afford it, right?
Yes, I can, but I'm just, if anyone was curious what the game was.
Yeah. I'm looking for a DS version. But thank you, Will. You're feeding my habits.
I want to put Cody on the spot.
Okay.
What'd you think of Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest?
It was fun. I really don't have many thoughts on it. Again, this was another match that was like fine.
Mm-hmm.
some
Something
cool
that could have been
spots.
somewhere else.
Part of me
this
wanted to
could have
put
been
you
like
on
a
the spot
SmackDown
here.
event.
I wanted to put you on the spot here because in our text chain earlier, I said, nobody has thoughts about this match. This will not be a long show. So here we are talking way too long about it. Dominic Mysterio against Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta for Braun Breaker's Intercontinental title.
But let's talk about how Pat had to make a dude wipes joke when Dom's coming out with his uncle's mask.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I didn't know it was his uncle's mask.
But hey, he always talks shit about Dom regardless. So, I mean, it doesn't matter if he had his uncle's mask.
Yeah, who cares?
I do.
It's just a mask. Who gives a shit?
Wow, all right.
And if you give a shit, use a dude wipe.
TM, sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Shit, I wish.
Yeah, you could have used some Dude Wipes a little while ago.
I loved this match.
This match was great.
Carlito died for our sins.
Again. It was Easter, so I mean, he came back.
I like that they redesigned the desk to make them explodable.
I like those designs. Yeah, those are fun.
But, like, is that cost effective, though? Because they keep breaking the goddamn TVs they put on the bottom.
Do they?
I don't think they do.
Everything about those desks looks so, like, clunky.
They look.
I kind of miss the old ones that were just like
simplicity of it all.
They
you
look
could
like
tell they were
desk.
designed to explode.
I complained about
Whatever.
this match existing last week, but it was worth it. These guys killed it, all of them, and created for a really cool moment with Dom. The crowd was super into him, and
Yeah.
They ain't
He was
booing him
kind of the-
anymore.
No, he's the top babyface now.
Well, that's Vegas.
Oh, Bizarro.
I don't know.
This Vegas crowd was bad.
Oh, they stunk all weekend.
They stunk all week
Yeah.
too. Like on SmackDown when Cena turned them against Cody with like the most basic shit promo.
Yeah, because
And
that's
then they
wrestling
immediately-
fans, though.
Then they
I'm
immediately got back on Cody's side because Cena said you're pasty.
I'm
Or
still
Cody said you're
confused why
pasty.
they're booing Cody.
It's just a shit crowd that wants to be smarky.
The only thing they got right was continuing the Bianca thing because they're clearly turning Bianca, so at least they caught on with that.
Do you think they're turning Bianca? I don't think they
It
are.
feels like it. I don't know. Like it feels like the way she's been talking and then like her social media activities, and I feel like it's coming to a turn. But at least like they can at least say, "Hey, we've been booing her for the past couple months, and it's just not. We have our racist crowd out again."
I think it could have been what you just said.
I think it's
Well, I
still
know
a
it's
racist
probably
crowd.
the racist crowd, but I'm just saying they can at least cover their bases and say, "Hey, we saw her turning."
We just talked about there's too many hills.
Yeah, but like if you're gonna get to Bianca versus Rhea next year,
That's next
nobody
year.
wants to boo Rhea. You can get Bianca really over as a heel before then. That could main event.
Yeah, I don't think the women's division is as plagued as the men's are with
Mhm.
heels and faces nonsense.
Mhm.
So
And
anyway,
then-
Dominic hit the frog splash after Finn Balor was pinning somebody, and he frog splashed Finn and pinned
Yeah.
Finn.
Yeah. Finnegans.
Finn's pissed.
And then he said, "Oh, is he? Hard to tell. I don't think the Judgment Day is ever splitting up at this rate." Because Monday, it's Dominic defending the title against Penta, and everybody's there, including Finn, who is being disingenuous with his support. And then JD McDonough shows up, returning
Head
from
no.
his head being bonked around that one night.
And his ribs being cracked.
Oh yeah, he had one removed for that thing.
Yeah.
he helped Dominic retain the title, and Finn didn't seem to know about this. So now Finn can't turn because his friend is like aligned with Dom.
Wow.
This
Finn
is cinema?
Finn has to turn a blind eye to JD's actions once again. Wow. Crazy.
I would love for them to split this fucking stable up so quick.
No, they gotta face the Wyatt Six first.
We're just in a holding pattern until Bo Dallas is not injured.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did Bo Dallas get injured? Have you seen what the Wyatt Six does?
He, I think they saw the spot. He took a powerbomb from Karrion Kross in like December.
That was it?
Yeah.
Hey man, you ever took a
Karrion
powerbomb? That shit
Kross
sucks.
unsafe.
Karrion Kross stays winning.
He's winning.
It's the year of Kross. He took out the Wyatt Six, and he had a WrestleMania moment that we'll get to later.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of moments, we're going to speak about this one quite a bit. Randy Orton, we talked about it a little bit already, comes out, cuts promo saying, I'm going to RKO whoever comes through there. Come get your WrestleMania moment. The doors of the stage slowly open, revealing a silhouette of a very obvious Joe Hendry. There was that brief moment before the music hit where I'm like, oh, fuck, they got him. And then the music hit, and the crowd went, as expected, ape shit.
Mm-hmm. Another indicator for me too was at the WWE World. They had his shit on tap for the superstar entrances.
We talked about that last week.
They've had that for years now.
They just had a Joe Hendry Titantron that no one knew about.
When they were at Fanatics, people were coming out to the Joe Hendry thing.
Interesting.
This was like during the summer.
Let's get into this. I think this match was perfect in everything it should have been.
Yes.
Joe Hendry comes out,
but it wasn't bad.
People always
he blocks the first
everything.
RKO, gets a roll up, hits all of his popular spots, and then does a spin around and eats an RKO.
I thought they were going to do the choke slam into the RKO spot.
I'm glad they didn't. Cool. I liked the spin around.
Yeah, no, that spot was perfect.
Mainly because Orton was probably like, you can't choke slam me. Look at me.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that much taller than him.
Randy Orton is massive.
Randy Orton is gigantic, yeah.
He's always been tall.
I know
as
he's
hell.
I didn't know he was that much taller, though.
Isn't he like 6'6" or 6'7"?
I don't know.
Anyway, Randy Orton is a specimen, and I'm sure that there was probably discussion of
should you reverse the Marines?
Choke slam.
Oof.
What?
So imagine sending that freak into the Marines.
I mean, we'd win every war.
Exactly.
Because the bad guys would just face the three most dangerous letters of pro wrestling.
He wasn't a psychopath yet.
He would have RKO'd.
He wasn't in the Marines. He was in 12 rounds, too.
No, that's why they took him out of the Marines.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't in the Marine movie, because how he got put out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, didn't he go AWOL?
Yes.
Yeah. It's AWOL, brother.
He went UA, and when he came back, they sent him to the brig. That's jail.
Josh? Oh.
So,
Josh,
that's why I said jail real quick.
So his finisher should be called Dishonorable Discharge.
True.
Could have been.
That's what he used to do in the Divas bags.
Yes.
So the discourse around this has been
annoying,
obnoxious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had seen discussion a little bit on the information superhighway that this was a burial of Joe Hendry. I had even received personal text messages from industry insiders saying that this was a statement made against Joe Hendry and TNA.
If anything, this is a statement. This shit's on TNA. This is not shit on Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry proves that he's a soldier. He'll do whatever it takes.
Oh, you like that term, huh?
Yes, we're gonna get to. Are we gonna get to that?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I do think that this partially proves him as a soldier. I also think this proves Joe Hendry's a fucking star.
Yes.
You don't bring out a guy who doesn't work here.
That Randy picked specifically.
I assumed that Randy picked him.
Well, no, that was the story. Yeah, Randy picked him in particular when he was offered apparently Jeff Hardy.
No.
Jeff Hardy would have been so much worse than this.
Yeah.
There's nothing to gain from it. Like, whoever faces Randy Orton here has to lose. And Joe Hendry, say this is a burial all you want. The dude does not work in this company. Shows up, Everybody in this stadium knows who he is, knows his theme song.
Mm-hmm.
He gets his spots. He's over as hell. You couldn't ask for a better career for a non-WWE guy outside of the fact that his contract still remains at TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And his answer to this, I find, is very, very funny. Because some people are like, hey, you got buried. And he's like, I don't think I got buried. I got up there with Randy Orton.
Yeah,
at
WrestleMania.
Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That's
Right.
fucking
Fucking
rules.
If this
And
were
also,
if this were like the rumored, you're going to face the Miz in Scotland, like
I don't buy that story. And let's say that story is true. They were right to put a stop to it because nobody should be losing to the Miz in 2025.
No,
But my thing is, one, it's not a burial. The only people in WWE who have gotten over on Joe Hendry are Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. And on
Ethan
top of
Page.
that, we don't count NXT. Because no one does. But
You do.
only when I feel like it.
oh, just
But
like
the
Triple
point
H.
is, like, on the main roster, these are the people who have beat him.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that, this shit's on TNA, who fucking cares, man? No one, except for B-Rob, gives a shit about TNA. It's not a real company. They don't even have cameras. Like, they film this shit on an Android phone that is obsolete. Somehow the production is worse than it was in 2003. And my favorite thing that Joe Hendry's doing right now is he does these interviews, and he's like, right now, my job is to get eyes on TNA. You know who else said that? Jordan Grace. Until she immediately left TNA.
I thought you were going to say Okada when he became champion of New Japan, because he said the same shit.
It's an insane thing to say, but it's the most diplomatic right thing to say. Not a single person is tuning into TNA because of Joe Hendry's WrestleMania appearance, but he's WWE bound for sure. And here's the thing. You don't have to believe. You don't have to like the guy. You can think he's a meme wrestler. Here's the deal. When this guy gets signed to WWE, I'm expecting some degree of character evolution beyond I have a cool entrance with a fun theme song and I do comedy wrestling spots. Because I know he can wrestle good. Good enough. If that doesn't happen, that's okay too. Because I'm not expecting him to be the world champion of this company. He's a guy on the show. He's over as hell. Why not?
But he is a dork, and he did look like a dork here. There's no denying that. Yes, he was over, and he got a big pop, but he looks like a buffoon. He does.
Would you
that's what he
rather Jeff
And
Hardy or Rusev looking like a dork, or Nick Aldis looking like a dork?
Those people would not have looked like dorks because they would not have lost the match because they were staring at the hard cam and got RKO'd. Like,
they would have had a match. He would have RKO'd them immediately.
He's a meme wrestler, and this was a cool moment, but let's stop acting like he's anything more than Santino Marella.
That's the thing. It's like,
oh, you mean guaranteed Hall of Famer wrestling legend Santino Marella?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what you just said is true. And that's the thing. I'm not saying this guy is like the next coming of Kurt Angle or something.
No.
I think he's a very capable mid-card performer. When they do pick him up, I expect more than this from him.
Maybe he'll team with The Miz.
Maybe. And that's the thing. If this is all we get is a couple kick-ass Joe Hendry pops from a meme wrestler, fine. That was worth it. It was good. If there's more to him, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And if not, this is way better than Randy Orton having an 8-minute match with Jeff Hardy.
Fuck that.
Jeff Hardy has to lose. It's way better than a Rusev match with Randy Orton that Rusev has to lose. It's way better than Aleister Black against Randy Orton that Aleister Black has to lose. Like, get the pop.
And
it's
then,
like the most pop of all the stuff that happened at WrestleMania. You could probably argue this is the most talked about thing.
Yeah, especially this podcast.
Trust me, they all beat us to the punch. But I do think it's fine that some people don't get him. It's fine. Not everybody gets everybody. Triple H didn't understand who Swerve was, and that was a mistake. He didn't get it. That's fine.
Speaking of people I don't get, Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
Oh.
Cody, I mean, you just shit on Joe Hendry. Can you gush about Logan Paul?
This was fine. Again, fine. It was.
We need to get over.
This was not a bad match. I don't know why you're sighing.
Because people keep continuously glazing him, like, I'm surprised he's this good, or he's fine. He's 3-4 years deep into his career now? Like, why are we acting like this?
I think most people wish they were this good at 3 years in.
But even still, it's just like, all right, fine, he's decent in the ring, but it's like, why are we acting like he's this next coming big star? He's just fine in the ring. He's
already a big star. He's not the next coming.
Well, he's a creator wrestler. He has no basis around him. All his moves are just stolen moves. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that kind of is
his
thing? Perfect moveset for him.
Gimmick?
Yes. Like, it is. It's a guy who saw wrestling and went, I can do that. And I can do that better than every wrestler before me. So he goes out there and he does other people's moves better than those people do their moves. Like, that's his gimmick.
His buckshot is dog shit.
It's not dog shit.
He has no fluid motion in his. When he does the buckshot, he flips over, stands there, and then falls into it.
No,
Hangman goes through a fluid motion.
Hangman falls,
but it's a fluid motion that looks like a natural lariat.
No, the difference is that
Logan Paul's doing it in his Hangman.
He takes the momentum of the flipping over the rope and then channels that through his legs to create a more leap behind his
just shut the fuck up.
Hangman,
you can't even
flips over the ropes and falls forward.
That's how it's supposed to go. Anyway, it was a okay match. I thought that they didn't gel too well, but it wasn't like horrendous. And, that's kind of hard for me to say because fuck Logan Paul.
AJ is like the bizarro Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Like, he cannot deliver at the biggest show of the year, except for when he fought 50-something-year-old Shane McMahon.
Best in the world.
His LA Knight match last year was good, and this one was perfectly fine.
I think
everyone just remembers his shitty Shinsuke match, but that's because that was Shinsuke.
I think people expected way more out of this match. I thought the finish was a little weird because we did get. The same. I hate that Logan Paul has a crew, but only in
one guy.
Like, I don't know who this guy is.
Like Pat McAfee and all his goons that he got in the video game.
Pat has a whole crew. That's his show. This one guy that follows around Paul, I don't know who he is.
But he doesn't show up to other shows. He only shows up to pay-per-views.
Right.
Well, there you go. You should know enough. You see all the pay-per-views, so you should know him by now.
Do you know him?
Don't use your AEW extracurricular bullshit with me. This guy needs to be on TV if you want me to hate.
I don't watch fucking anything Logan Paul, so why the fuck
if you want me to hate a guy named Jeff, I need him to be around and establish him as a character other than guy under the ring that Michael Cole tells me is friends with.
Gets on the mic. Jeff.
You need context to hate someone? Come on.
It helps. It helps a lot. Otherwise, I have to make shit up. Anyway, Karrion Kross showed up and stopped Jeff from giving Logan Paul brass knuckles, and then was trying to give AJ the brass knuckles to beat Logan Paul. And AJ said, "I'm a good boy. I ain't gonna do it."
He called him his shoot name.
He called him Alan. Cody had an amazing idea in this, in that we had some mild discourse in our chat, but Cody said that Cena should use those brass knuckles later.
That would have been so good. He threw them and they just perfectly landed between the ring steps and the apron. I thought it would have been really great if Cena just kind of stumbled upon them later on. And
that means that you have to involve Karrion Kross into Cena. No, thank you.
I did question if wrestling was capable of riding Chekhov's gun. The answer is no. They're not, because they didn't do that. And it would have been a better finish.
And it would have been a good callback to Cena's first title win at WrestleMania when he beat the Big Show for the United States title. He used his Word Life Knucks, yeah. Fuck Dwayne. Give me the book.
Oh, we'll get to fuck Dwayne later. Will, you wanted to talk about Karrion Kross. It's his year.
I don't know about all that, but he had a decent little promo where he went on a little rant. There's a shoot. See, the thing is, I'm going to hate that this is going to be his Smacking Talk Miz promo.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just going to refer to this as his one good promo. And it might be, but because he knows he's on a contract year, so he's just going to go balls out. He's going to say whatever the fuck he wants. And he's talking about like, oh, Alan, this could have been your shot to do something for the boys. And no, I don't hate Joe Hendry or whatever, but I should have been in that match. Fuck you, Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not by name.
Is this a contract year?
Yeah, it is.
Triple H loves carrying Cross. He's fine. He's not going anywhere.
Where he was talking about what I mentioned earlier, being a good soldier.
Yeah. People piggybacked off of that.
Because he was wearing the gimp mask and losing to Jeff Hardy on Raw as NXT champion.
If
wait a minute.
You thought this was a shoot, you fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. This is obviously work, but it was a work shoot.
Karrion Kross was ranting about being a good soldier, but now he's not being a good soldier anymore.
Yes.
His finisher should be the dishonorable discharge.
You really
put it in the show. The title of the card.
I really don't want this to be the title of the show.
No, if Karrion Kross wants to be good in the ring again, he should do all the Sambo shit that he does at Bloodsport.
Yeah.
It's actually cool and not trying to be like, oh, I'm a big strong guy, but I also technical wrestler. No, just do Sambo shit.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The Adidas shoes?
Yes.
Does he do Samba like a gazelle?
Okay. All right, we get into the weeds. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the tag team titles.
We should mention that why Becky's even in this match.
Go ahead.
Because
we talked about that match.
Triple H hates Bayley more than anyone else in the world. Bayley was supposed to be in this match, and then she allegedly got attacked. Bayley, mind you, did an interview with Chris Van Vliet where she mentioned also in a contract year and a half, which she didn't ask. She just brought it up.
Yeah.
So that's where her mind is.
Yeah, she's out of here.
Every contract year is let's be vague about what's going to happen, because otherwise you're not getting the best deal.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, give me when Mercedes and Davina Rose headline Grand Slam, whatever bullshit again. I'm gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Work.
What are they going to be the Embrace and Monet connection?
I don't hate that.
I think that'll be a show that some people watch if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, let's talk about this show that we watched.
Maybe I'll eat my words. I don't think Bayley's leaving, but regardless, Becky took her place in this match. People didn't like that, but a lot of people did, including the lady in the crowd who was crying her eyes out that Becky was back.
Yeah.
Becky Hogan.
I like Becky being around in wrestling, and I'm glad she's back.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this match was okay.
What do you think about them wings, though?
Fucking Lyra. Like, I gave her... She's good. She's booked terribly. And she's a double champion. Well,
yeah,
was.
Boy.
She didn't get time to surrender it for the good of the division because they did this match again on Raw, and it was 10 times better than it was on WrestleMania. The Raw match rocked. It was really, really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Liv and Raquel won the titles back, and then Becky turned on Lyra after.
Did we feel like that was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Raquel being a 7-time tag champion? What the fuck? That's like BJ Armstrong being a 3-time NBA champion. Like,
yeah.
How did this happen? How'd you get here?
You're just around the
Who
good
has she been
players.
champs with?
Liv is 4 of them.
4 of them are Liv. I don't know who else. Did she win with Dakota?
Maybe?
No, not
really.
Aaliyah. Aaliyah.
I remember
she's
her from
dead.
Instagram.
R.I.P.
Instagram only. Does she have any fans, like OnlyFans or anything?
She has some weird off-brand one that I always see. Yeah. And her things look very fake every time I see them. I'm like, oh, what happened to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I liked her. She was cool.
Stone Cold ran over somebody.
That was
back on
hilarious.
Bad habits, having to run over a woman.
I think there's more to this story. I don't know.
Did you see he couldn't get up the ramp?
Yeah.
From what I could gauge, I think this person in the front row might have had some condition, and this probably scared the fuck out of her.
Or they had the condition of like, oh, this is my opportunity to make some money.
Listen,
I don't
all
think
I know
it's
is
that. I think this person
she's gonna be sitting next to Green Shirt for the next year. Next year, that's all I know.
I think she's, I don't even know, but I just watching what happened after. For people who don't know,
Nick Khan came out there.
Listening. Steve Austin rode his ATV around the ring and crashed it into the barricade, which scared the hell out of somebody in the front row. And then Nick Khan,
the first time this ever happened.
Yeah, really. Nick Khan came over to console them, and then Austin checked on her. And then the next match, she disappeared, and then she was back for the main event.
Didn't even Triple H came out there, I think, right?
I don't know. I don't care.
I don't remember that.
I mean, the reality is, I don't think this person got hurt, but I think they got traumatized.
Speaking of Triple H, we totally forgot about this on the Hall of Fame the night prior. Him making Stone Cold and Bret Hart stand around so he can have his little moment, and then both of them begrudgingly shaking his hand. Hilarious.
What's the story there? I haven't read Bret's bio or anything.
Oh, Bret hates Triple H.
Does he?
Oh yeah,
of course he does.
Because Triple H never.
I wonder why.
Triple H never apologized for this Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Starnes
forgot we care about
apologized.
Montreal still.
Earls apologized. Triple H never takes accountability for it.
Yeah. Well, he did in that video where he's like, "Fuck him."
But I think
I'm sorry. If you want me to get worked up about Montreal in 2025, I don't give a fuck.
But I think the funnier end of it was the story was that because Luger didn't show up for that little segment, and people were like, "Where's Lex?" Apparently, he went and worked WrestleCon because he knew he'd paid more money working WrestleCon than he was wheeled out on the stage.
That's not what he and DDP said.
What did he say?
They said that they were fucking tired, and he goes to bed at 9 p.m. and he wanted to go to sleep and didn't want to go to WrestleMania because he was burned out.
Why'd you ruin that story?
If anyone knows about taking naps, it's you. Let Lex take a nap.
Oh, I'm afraid he won't wake up like me. Oh, so actually, never mind.
Dun dun dun.
Anyway,
main event.
Yeah, Steve Austin ran over the lady. The John Cena and Cody Rhodes match was terrible.
Oh, this match fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. It didn't fucking suck.
It fucking sucked.
Well, it was
really
underwhelming. Underwhelming. It was like, I thought it was going to be more to it, but it was just like, yeah.
Big match,
Again,
John.
it was
more like
fine.
Big Dookie, John.
This was not fine at all. What are you talking about?
This was fine. There was
You
no,
need to
Cody Rhodes and
raise
John
your
Cena.
standards,
We are not having
Cody.
fine matches for the main event of WrestleMania.
Cody Rhodes coming out in his stupid Iron Man skull mask.
That was cool. Fuck you.
that was cool.
That shit stunk.
That was cool. You just couldn't fit your head in there. That's all.
I probably couldn't. I remember in high school I had to wear like the biggest helmet for football, and it still didn't fit. That's why I got 2 concussions.
Oh, that's no good.
Is that why you take naps
That's
all
why
the time?
Yeah, that's why you sleep.
Maybe. I got brain mush, baby.
Oh,
Look,
no.
it was the worst post Stardust Cody Rhodes WrestleMania match. Sure, it was underwhelming for
Oh my god.
it was a underwhelming Mania main event. Sure, but it wasn't. I wouldn't
match.
I wouldn't call it a bad match. Like it was fine.
I'll do it.
Nobody said it was bad. I said it was underwhelming.
I said it
was
fucking
bad.
sucked.
Paul said
I said it was really fucking
those
bad.
two.
This was bad.
I don't know. I didn't mind it. My biggest problem with it was, and this whole show overall was, like, did the producers not talk to each other? Was there no production meeting? Because we had the women's triple threat and the IC title match had the exact same finish. And then we saw AJ Styles and Logan Paul's ending revolve around a babyface not willing to stoop to, cheating.
Yeah, same
and
shit.
It cost them the match. That's what the finish to this was. Cody Rhodes refused to use the belt on Cena, and it cost him, and that's why he lost.
Bobby Roode produced this match. So
here's a
They
couple
didn't
things.
talk to the other ones, like he said.
I think this match started slow, and then it stayed slow, and then it became both guys doing each doing finishers. And that was kind of it. And Cody
Which I
Rhodes,
get. Cena can't work like he used to.
that's the thing.
fine.
People need to accept that Big Match Cena is gone. John Cena hasn't had a good match in years.
Right. He's not the Ring of Honor superstar anymore.
Like, you remember John Cena being a passable performer as a main eventer. Do you remember his U.S. title open challenge stuff being fun? The last matches he's had have been with Solo Sikoa, Austin Theory, and Cody Rhodes.
I kind of like the Sikoa match, though. That's the funny part.
But it was all bad. Cena's performance is not good. He cannot do it anymore. And here we are.
People getting excited for Cena and Orton. Good fucking God.
Oh,
I like that because the world's going to explode. So that's fine.
First of all, that's going to be the crowd when Alberto El Patron returns and he feuds with Sheamus. They're going to have nostalgia for that too.
First of all, Randy should win. But regardless,
maybe those two trade back and forth till Randy beats the record too.
I would love Randy to beat the record because I think he's a better wrestler than John Cena even today.
Today.
I don't expect much out of that match, unfortunately. I don't think Cena has the cardio to go. And I know part of his character is I want you to hate this. That's an excuse for being a bad performer. Like, this was a bad performance, and the finish was so flat.
Yeah.
Cody just ate a belt shot and then laid there forever.
Yeah, mind you, he took how many shots from Roman last year?
I watched that.
And the year before that.
Yeah. Like, this was such... I hope they follow up well, because this was a fucking dud.
Like if they did the Rock Austin 17 finish, I think that'd be more acceptable.
Yes, if The Rock showed up wearing a black or tank top with an orange shirt under it, and if they did the heel turn here, that would have been so much better.
Oh, it was so much better if they both came in babyface and Cena had to become desperate. Then Cena finally, quote unquote, sold his soul.
Or just grab the brass knuckles from earlier that were left at ringside.
Yeah.
That would have been great. But yeah, I thought this was a stinker.
We got to mention Travis Scott. People had a problem with his involvement.
Yeah, just
I didn't mind it. Yeah. I thought it was fine.
It was fine if he didn't saunter down the ramp.
Yeah, he took too long to get down to the ring, but I thought he sold the Crossroads beautifully. Honestly.
Yeah, I did too. I mentioned that whenever we was talking about it and everything, but like it made sense because he was involved in it. And if you didn't have any representation for that initial turn, what would have been the point?
Also, he couldn't have another song other than Fiend.
Fiend.
Can't wait to not hear that song again after next week.
Fiend. I'm going to sing it to you every week, so don't worry.
It's such a bad song.
It's actually not. It's actually good.
Okay, well, I've heard it enough where I can't hear it anymore.
Okay.
First of all, Cena's Titantron, though, just being...
I loved everything about that.
Arial black font.
Yeah, I loved everything about that.
Yeah.
I do like that. I wish they got to that sooner. That's fine. The next night on Raw, he cuts a promo. The same shit that he's been doing. And then at the end, Randy Orton shows up. And as he's about to get RKO'd, John Cena says, "Oh, shit."
That was great. I liked
it. I liked that.
Did you watch his post-Mania press conference thing?
What did he say?
What did I see? I saw him on Pat McAfee. I didn't see him in the presser.
Oh, well, he was, because they were asking questions, and then they're asking questions you would expect, and he's like, "Well, I feel like that's a clickbait question you're trying to ask for me. I will not answer that."
Mm-hmm.
And he every single
What's a clickbait question saying, "How did it feel to be there?"
Yes.
Good.
Because he was like regular guy on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, he's like, you pressured me into getting hair plugs.
He's so likable. What are we doing here?
And it's funny, like seeing all these like photos of him still doing photo ops, smiling and bullshit.
Yep.
So anyway,
that was it.
Night 2 was a tremendous undercard, and night 1 was a great main event. And if you put them together, you have one good WrestleMania.
I agree.
Where was The Rock?
He was still figuring out
trying
his
to figure out the Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
So the story came out. Pat McAfee had The Rock on Tuesday on his podcast.
Come Tuesday.
His TV show cast. And Basically, the story is that The Rock was brought into Elimination Chamber because ticket sales were low. So they came up with the story on the fly. And that was the only reason Rock was there. And he stepped away because he wanted Cena and Cody to run with it.
Well, because also he's wanted this Cody heel turn for so long. And they're like, no.
I mean, that's the right thing to do. Because Cody's the guy when Cena's gone.
Right.
Cody's still the guy. So you don't need him to be the bad guy. You already had Roman Reigns as the bad guy. He wasn't doing the fucking Today Show. Like, you need... all these champions, especially in NXT, Roxanne loves to do this in her promos, being like, I know what the media rounds are like. No, you don't. Like,
local
NXT
Florida news.
Yeah, local Florida news every Tuesday on NXT is not media rounds.
That's like Mark Briscoe doing the Maryland news.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. But like, your big time champs who do get flown around, Cody's perfect for that stuff. And he shouldn't be the most hated guy in your company until you have another babyface ready for him. I don't know. It's
gonna be interesting, this Triple H Rock power struggle that's been going on for 28 years, now going on more.
Yeah, these two hate each other.
Fiend.
They absolutely hate each other. You know, Triple H gave an hour-long Hall of Fame speech.
What? The guy who hates the stage and the spotlight?
He didn't mention The Rock once.
I didn't mention
arguably
Vince,
his biggest rival in the history of his pro wrestling career.
Yeah.
And he did not mention him once.
Make sure to mention Vince to a pop.
These two hate each other.
I watched the Triple H speech for the whole hour. I stayed up until 4:30 that morning after
Jesus
podcasting.
Christ, did you really?
It wasn't on purpose. And then I started watching it and I'm like, look, I think Triple H, the performer, kind of fucking stinks. He's never been anyone's top rival. He's always, like, they've all been his top rival, but he's never been anybody's. And his promos back in the day, 20 minutes to open shows, dreadful stuff. I don't think he's that great. Is he a Hall of Famer? Sure. Yeah, whatever. That doesn't mean anything. Boogeyman will be in there if he's not already. Santino
Damn
will be
right he will be.
Joe Hendry will be there someday, and you'll all have to fucking eat crow. But it doesn't matter. It's that they are selling tickets to the thing. I really enjoyed his hour-long acceptance speech. I thought I found his recapping of his career to be kind of boring. But once he got to the I almost fucking died and started talking about how he looks at life and wrestling, I was bought in.
You're like, damn, he really should have.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think the way he handled the Vince stuff, if it were me, I wouldn't have brought him up.
Or don't say I love him.
Well, that's a John Cena thing. He was just shouting out. Cena volunteers that. Cena will shake your hand and be like, "By the way, did you hear what I think about Vince?" I don't know. I don't know how you approach this from Triple H's perspective as guy who is intimately involved with that family. And I don't think any of us on this side of
anything
of that can he said it was complicated, and I think that's genuinely how he feels. I remember hearing a story that they don't even take their children to see him at Christmas. Does that mean that he doesn't feel a certain way about Vince? I don't think so. I think he feels a certain way now. I thought the pop was disgusting. I think wrestling fans need to get their shit together, but Vegas once again proving they are a bad crowd. These people are all intimately involved with Vince in various ways, and Triple H is the most. I know you should hold them to a high standard. I just don't know what you should expect from them because they know them on such a personal level that it's like, it's probably very difficult to be like, oh, he is a fucking creep, but also he gave me my entire career. I married his daughter and these are his grandkids and I know them differently than that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because I don't like it. I want him to say, fuck Vince, I hope he dies. But I don't think you're going to get that out of somebody at the level of investment that he is. I also thought his glazing of Linda McMahon was fucking disgusting in front of his 3 daughters who absolutely probably hate what she stands for, considering they're young and libtards.
You'd hope so.
I would assume so. Because you grow into being a Republican, right? Isn't that how it works?
I don't know.
Let's grow into the exit of this show.
I'm looking forward to people joining me in the Discord and telling me I'm wrong about how people should approach the Vince McMahon situation, especially those that know him personally. Which you can do at fatal4pod.com. You can get into the Discord, you can sign up for the Patreon, you can buy a shirt, you can listen to podcasts. But in the meantime, we didn't get all of it, folks. But we'll try again next week. For myself, for Pro Wrestling Noah, who I guess is just refreshing his browser for a Nintendo Switch all show, and whose internet keeps dying. For Cody, and for B-Rob, and for Big Head Will, we will see you next week. Goodbye.
You've been listening to a Fatal 4 podcast. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts and visit fatal4pod.com for more episodes, merchandise, and info on the Patreon.
Damn. R.I.P. Regis Philbin. I had no idea.